All right, everyone, thanks for being here. We're going to talk about a massive shift in how we build software. Generative AI is, without a doubt, a huge opportunity. But let's be honest, it's also bringing in a whole new class of risk that's creating some real anxiety in our QA teams. My goal today is to lay out a clear strategic plan to get a handle on this risk and actually turn it into a major advantage for us.
Okay, let's just rip the Band-Aid off. That feeling your teams have, that anxiety, it's real and it's justified. The testing methods we've relied on for 20 years, the ones built on predictable, exact match logic, they're broken. A test can pass 1 minute and fail the next with the exact same input. Your people aren't going crazy. The world has literally changed under their feet.
And this slide, this is the why. Think about it. On the left, you've got your traditional software. It's a calculator. It's predictable, it's deterministic. 2 plus 2 will always equal 4. But on the right, that's generative AI. The best way I could describe it is a toddler who has somehow swallowed an encyclopedia. It's probabilistic. It literally builds its answers word by word, making these incredibly complex weighted guesses. This isn't a bug we can fix, it's how it's designed. It's called non-determinism, and it means we need a totally new playbook.
So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll dig into what this flaky by design problem really means. Then, we're going to talk about your new role in all this. And spoiler alert, it's a promotion. We'll demystify the jargon with a new QA toolkit, lay out a concrete 3-step action plan you can start today, and finally, we'll talk about the new mandate for QA leadership.
Right, let's dive into the problem. This flakiness, this randomness, it's not just some minor headache for our automation engineers. It is the front door to a completely new and frankly terrifying type of bug. And this is the bug that should be keeping all of us up at night, the AI hallucination. We're not talking about a button being in the wrong place or a typo. These are absolute showstoppers that create massive business risk.
So what is a hallucination? It's when the AI just makes stuff up, but says it with complete confidence. It might invent a company policy that doesn't exist, or make up a legal precedent that's totally fake. This isn't just a simple mistake. It's a catastrophic failure of trust that has immediate legal, financial, and brand consequences.
And that brings us to the big pivot. This whole challenge, it's not a threat to your QA organization. In fact, it's the single greatest strategic opportunity you've ever had. That professional skepticism, the thing that makes a QA tester great, it just became the most valuable asset we have for managing this technology.
Let me be crystal clear about this. I want you to take this message back to your teams. You are not being left behind. You are being promoted. You're moving from being technical checkers to becoming the chief arbiters of product safety and trust. While the developers are busy chasing the magic, your teams are the only ones properly equipped to focus on the risk.
So what does this actually mean day to day? It means we have to completely change our testing mindset. We have to move from assertion, checking if A equals A, to evaluation. We're no longer asking, does the output match this exact text? Instead, we're asking a much more sophisticated question. Does the output meet our standards for quality?
Now, to make that shift, we're going to need a new toolkit. But here's the good news. All these scary-sounding new tools and concepts, they're really just new names for things you already do. So let's translate some of this jargon. Think of this as your cheat sheet, your Rosetta Stone for AI QA. For example, when the machine learning folks talk about a golden data set, what they really mean is your new regression suite. When they say LLM-as-a-Judge, you should hear, my new automated senior tester. See? We're not throwing away decades of experience here. We're just applying it with a new vocabulary.
Let's dig into that first one a little more. A golden data set is basically your master answer key. It's a set of really important prompts paired with their perfect human-approved answers. This becomes your rock, your stable baseline. So when a new AI model comes out, you're not looking for exact matches anymore. You're checking to see if the quality scores against this data set went up or down.
And this is how you automate all of this without writing a bunch of code. An LLM-as-a-Judge is where you use a really powerful AI, like a GPT-4, to act as your automated tester. It takes the output from your product's AI and grades it against the quality rubric that your team wrote. Your team's job isn't to code the automation, it's to write the rules that the automation has to follow.
So this all sounds good, but how do we actually get started? Here is a dead simple 3-step action plan that your managers can start on this afternoon without needing to write a single line of code.
It's this simple. First, you define what good even means by creating a quality rubric.
Second, you start building the first version of your golden dataset. And third, and this is key, you use your leadership position to demand a testable product from engineering.
Step 1 is absolutely the most important. Before anyone starts coding, QA needs to lead a meeting with product and engineering to build a quality scorecard. You have to define the criteria for what a good answer looks like. Things like accuracy, tone, helpfulness, and then you weigh them by importance. This sets the quality bar for the entire project, right from the start.
Step 2, you can start this right after this meeting. Seriously, open a spreadsheet. Get your team to gather 50 to 100 real-world prompts. Pull them from customer support tickets, sales calls, common FAQs, you name it. Then, get your best people, your domain experts, to write the perfect response for each one. That simple spreadsheet is now the single most valuable testing asset you have for this new AI feature.
Okay, and finally, step 3. This is about empowerment. Your job isn't to build the testing infrastructure, it's to demand it. You walk into your next meeting with the development lead, you hold up that golden dataset, and you ask this question right here. How are you going to hook this into our CI/CD pipeline so it runs against every single build?
Next question. The prompts that we feed the AI, they're not just data anymore. They are application code. They have to be version controlled, and QA has to be in the approval chain for any changes. So you ask, how are these prompts being put into source control so my team can review and sign off on them?
And last, you let them know that you're building out an automated evaluation strategy. You ask them, what automation hooks and APIs are you going to provide for our LLM-as-a-Judge? You see what this does? It puts the burden of making the product testable back where it belongs, on the engineering team. A product we can't test is a product we can't ship, period.
So let's zoom out and bring this all home. The things we've been talking about today, they aren't just small technical problems. They point to a fundamental change in what it even means to ship a quality product in the first place.
And what's really important to realize is that your team's natural skepticism, it perfectly reflects how your customers are feeling. Look at this data. Half the public is more concerned about AI than they are excited. Your QA team isn't a roadblock to innovation. They are the voice of your customer inside our own walls, asking the tough questions that are the only way we're going to build trust.
Let this be the message you carry out of this room. Your teams are not relics of an old system. They are the essential human gatekeepers that this incredibly powerful and incredibly fallible new technology demands. Their critical thinking, their deep domain knowledge, their structured skepticism, that is the only firewall between a cool new feature and a catastrophic business failure.
And this right here is the bottom line. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Shipping AI safely has almost nothing to do with finding a clever new algorithm. It's about taking the chaos of these new systems and wrapping a rigorous, thoughtful process around them to guarantee quality. This is a process and leadership problem. And the person who owns that process, who defines quality, and who demands testability is the QA leader. This is your new mandate. It's the most important one you've ever had. Thank you.